Boom. There I am. Thank you, Coach. Oh, man. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the LCA Self-Development Call. Everyone is looking great by video. Hopefully, everyone can still hear me via phone. If anyone is new to the platform, my name is JP. I'm from Little Rock, Arkansas. I have the honor and pleasure of hosting this call Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. Central Standard Time, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We have a motto at Life Changing Alliances, that if we can change you, then you can change your world. Believe me, guys, your environment will adjust to you, whether that's negative or positive, because it does work both ways. This morning, we are still studying and reading from the book titled The Success Principles by Jack Canfield. The Success Principles by Jack Canfield. You can download that book to your electronic device, or you can purchase the hard copy. If you purchase the hard copy, please purchase the updated version of that book, because that is the one that we are studying from. This morning, as usual, you will be hearing from two dynamic leaders, speakers, and authors. The first leader and author that you will hear from is Mr. Jamal Mumford. He is the published author of a book titled Success Now. He helps individuals on a daily basis, such as myself, with their self-development, and he travels extensively doing that. The next face that you will see and the next voice you will hear after Mr. Mumford's is none other than Mr. Motivator himself, Kemp Satchel. He is also a published author. His book is titled Alcoholics versus Struggleaholics. And he also helps individuals on a daily basis with their self-development. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce to some and present to others Mr. Jamal Mumford. Mr. Mumford, are you clear with us this morning, sir? No, Coach, unmute him. There you unmute him.
I was going to talk if he was paying attention. See, in the director's world, he would get fired as a director for me because he's supposed to be one step ahead of me. Right? He got to have that microphone open. See, when the anchor, it's called an anchor toss. Open his mic. All right, guys. Well, welcome. Wow, we just had fun, don't we? Just have fun. Can't wait. You know, I tell you, I just woke up early this morning and I just thinking about this cruise so much so, you know, and kind of had a thought. But I guess I'll share it because everybody's not going on a cruise. So I guess I shouldn't share it here. But I tell you, I'm really looking forward to what we're doing here at this class. I really am. It's just so much is going on in my head with this personal development. Just so much growth that's taking place in our lives and all of our lives. And I'm really loving this book with Jack Canfield and what he's doing with us, because these are some amazing principles that if we just stick and follow these principles, I tell you, it's amazing, you know. But this morning I'm reading a new book, and the gentleman's talking about the whirlwind theory, and that whirlwind's got us all messed up, you know. And the whirlwind is that there's so much going on in our lives that we don't even have time to really focus on the main thing, and that is to work on ourselves and focus on our goals and things that we really need in life. But so, you know, you look at this book of stature. I think I'm gonna, you know, I've been studying under Tony Robbins for about a good 2 years now, and you know, one of his assistants, more like assistants, they kind of like take him and then give it to us. And as I'm studying, I said to myself, you know, and I'm so obsessed about this class, and I won't share exactly what I shared with him for the sake of time, but I said that I think about on a cruise, maybe on a cruise I can do this. But I really want to have a session, Jamal Mumford Uncensored session, okay? And when I say uncensored, I mean, I'm not going to strip anything like that, but look at Kevin. Okay. Hey, that's my old days. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. So anyway, I really wanted to have this session because I mean, you guys mind if I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be very honest, because I have to be honest. Y'all gave me the title Millionaire, and for some of you that really want change in your life. Now, I know everybody's gonna say it's because it's such a rhetorical question to ask that question, but when he said such, I said what I really got from him when I was this last thing we watched. And it's really getting to me, because two things I noticed that in most of his audience, and I studied many coaches, and I'm telling you guys, And out of all the coaches I've studied for years and years and years, there's one thing missing in their conferences, and that's people of minorities. And Mr. Satchel, you remember we had a guy, Ali Yassin, out of New York, said something to us a long time ago. He says the reason why most African Americans or minorities won't succeed in life and in business is because they're too emotional. They're too emotional. And I figured out why most people, why when I look at these coaches' audiences, you know, I have a coach I met at this retreat in North Carolina. He's out in Australia, and he's begging me to come out there to Australia, and I'm looking forward to that trip one of these days, you know. But then I look at the other coaches that get out to England, like Danny Johnson. She went out to England, and I mean, she went to England for 2 years. Actually stopped her conference calls because when she went there for one conference, they told her, please don't go, please don't leave, please don't leave. We'll pay you any amount of money to stay here in England and personally develop us. But what I found about our minorities, okay, and when I say minorities, I mean, I'm talking about the Caribbean, I'm talking about the United States primarily, that we're so emotional that we can't even allow a coach or a mentor to speak into our lives without fighting them. Even in this class platform, most people will fight me if I try to coach you and train you because you know we're like programmed that way. And I'm saying to myself that as I'm studying Tony Robbins, I said, man, I would love to take what I've learned from him and different things I've done and really let loose for some of you that really want to be set free. But I said to Mr. Satchel, I said, I now see why my mentors pay $5,000, $2,000 to go see these mentors and coaches. The reason why is because, see, I don't know how to say this. See, I now know because, see, if you pay $5,000 to go see a coach and personally develop yourself, you're expecting for that number, like Mr. Satchel said to me, he said, no, they're paying that money because, trust me, they paying that money already because they've done the research and knowing that what this guy's capable of doing, number one. Right, Mr. Satchel? Number two is the fact that, listen, if you pay $5,000 for me to coach and train you, you better expect I'm going to get in your diggity, so to speak. And then what I'm saying here, ladies and gentlemen, is that we got to get to a point in our lives, right? And this class is a beginning. And I'm going to challenge some of you because, as I said, see, I'm all about growth and results. So I want to take some of you that we got to make room. And I said almost like 9 months ago, I said, some of us, we got to make room for the new people to come in this class. And those of you who have been around, it's time for you to start growing, right? And start having some results to make room for the people that's going to come in. Because if all of us are all still dealing with minor issues, then what happens is the people that come in, they won't want to come into this environment because they're saying, well, it's like the church. When I came into most churches, I'm like, people say, you should come to my church. No, I don't want to come to your church. Okay? I don't want to come to your church when most people are broke, busted, and disgusted. Why would I want to come to that platform? That's not inviting to me. I want to go where people are thriving. I like the mega church. I like the churches that got the $1 million pastors of. Because see, I want to go somewhere where I know I got potential. I don't want to go somewhere where I got limited potential. I don't want to go somewhere where I'm making more money than a pastor on a pulpit. That's what can he teach me, right? So what I'm saying is that I really want to do this, Mr. Satchel, for our culture, because we got to get to a point where we get real with ourselves. But who's hungry enough to come on this cruise? I said, Lynn said about doing some special session. I'm thinking about doing this where we're going to have a power, but I'm telling you, don't come into this session because we're going to get real. It's going to be some Tony Robbins coaching that we're going to give because, folks, that's what we're doing here. It's time to get real. And this class here is just trust me, I know this stuff. This class is just the beginning phase of personal development. And we want to continue to grow and grow and grow. And if you got fears, you got things you want to overcome, you're in a project, and you want to know why you're not doing what you're doing, folks, it's time for us to get real with ourselves through personal development. But I'm just rambling here. But I had that thought this morning, and I'm sharing that because I see a lot of you here in this class. And I know that with some real tough coaching and sessions, right, some impersonal stuff in a group session, a lot of you will make some major changes like this. I've seen it. I know it can happen. But are you willing to take your emotional guard off? Well, that's just who I am, right? That's how everybody say, right, Pre? Right, Tina, JP, right? And well, that's just who I am. And we're going to fight. But I told you this, and I end by saying this. But if you argue your limitations, you get to keep them. Mr. Motivator, Mr. Satchel, the call is yours, sir.
Woo! Mr. Millionaire comes out of the gate again, as usual. And he really is so right, you know, and it's really sad because the more that we actually study this, the more you really see everybody but us where we need the most work. You follow what I'm saying? You look at it, it says, as we get ready to go into principle number 33, principle number 33 of this book, transcend your limiting beliefs. Transcend your limiting beliefs. How many of us have ever said, I can't afford this? How many of us ever said, I can't afford that? Right? Now listen to this. But is it costing you? Okay. Let's try it again. I can't afford this, but the question is it costing you? Because the most valuable asset on this earth is your time. Let's ask that question again. I can't afford this, right? So a session like a financial conference might cost you $5,000, right? But is it really costing you? Okay. All right. I'm just going to say, if that is going to sink in somewhere, and I want you to, well, how is that costing me? Well, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? There's one thing that you can't get back. Anybody want to take? Anybody want to type that one in? What is that? It's called TIME, time. Some of y'all got more time to waste than others, right? Some of y'all got time to just waste. Am I right about that? Right, like right now, would you be wanting to live your most incredible life? But at the end of the day, it says your subconscious mind does not argue with you. Listen to what I just said. It says your subconscious mind does not argue with you. It accepts what your conscious mind decrees. Oh, somebody gonna get this in a minute. If you say, I can't afford it, your subconscious mind works to make it true. All right, somebody gonna get it in a minute. Select a better thought, decree. I'll buy it. I accept it in my mind. See, as you actually continue to hear this, we're going to go right into this book because this principle literally can change your life if you can see. And the Bible says, it says, those who have an ear to hear, let him hear. Those who have an ear to hear, let him hear. Am I making sense? So we're going to get right into this one because it says many of us have beliefs that limits our success. Whether they are beliefs about our own capabilities, right? How many of us have limiting beliefs of being successful or being a millionaire or being wealthy or living where we want or moving where we want or moving? Like when it comes to starting anything, we are afraid. We have limiting beliefs. We really don't believe that we can do it. We really won't even, watch this, limiting beliefs. Will you invest $5,000 in yourself? Or will you say, I can't afford it? See, watch this. If I what? I'm just saying, I'm talking right now. Beliefs about what it takes to succeed, beliefs about how we should relate with other people, or even common everyday myths that modern day science or research studies have long since refuted. Moving beyond your limiting beliefs is a critical first step towards becoming more successful. So it don't have nothing to do with the money, but it really has a lot to do with the what? The belief. Am I making sense? So if it says you have limiting beliefs, will that limit your income?
Yeah.
Will that show up in the results of your life? Will that show up to the point that I'm in debt? We're going to talk about it today. You can learn how to identify those beliefs that are limiting you and then replace them with positive ones that supports your success. So, how many of us believe that we can make the money somebody is paying us? I'm just going to say it. I'm going to leave it right there. How many of you honestly believe the money that somebody else is paying you, you could create that yourself? All right, let's get into this because this one is going to be a little bit, see, the question is, and then the earlier statements in chapter says, face your truth. Face your truth, find your power. Did you just hear what I just said? Face your truth, find your power. So, watch this. If I can do it for somebody else, are you capable of doing it for yourself? Yes? Okay. All right. Okay. Talk to me, Miss Lynn. You are capable.
Okay, that's where you want to start reading?
Yep.
Okay, one of the most prevalent and destructive limiting beliefs is the notion that somehow we are not capable of accomplishing our goal. Despite the best educational materials available and despite decades of recorded knowledge about how to accomplish any task, we somehow choose to say instead, I can't do that. I don't know how. There's no one to show me. I'm not smart enough. And on and on. Where does this come from? For most of us, it's a matter of early childhood programming. Whether they knew it or not, our parents, grandparents, and other adult role models told us, no, honey, that's too much for you to handle. Let me do that for you. Maybe next year you can try that. We take this sense of inability into adulthood, where it gets reinforced through workplace mistakes and other failures. But what if you decided to say instead, I can do this. I am capable. Other people have accomplished this. If I don't have the knowledge, there's someone out there who can teach me. You make the shift to competence and mastery. The shift in thinking can mean the difference between a lifetime of could-have dones and accomplishing what you really want in life.
Talk to me, Miss Lynn.
Well, I remember coming up, my mom used to always say, like, stop telling me you can't do something. Stop telling me you can't do something. And since we've been reading this book, you know, I hear her echoing in my head. And I remember even last week when we were talking about speaking or cursing yourself or speaking a curse onto yourself, that word can't is more serious than some of the other words that we believe are curse words. And every time I read something like this, I am thankful, that, here is kind of alluding that your parents are, telling you, no, honey, or that's too much, or, maybe next year when you get a little older, that's probably something I told my kids, that you can do that. And my mom never told me that. The one thing I remember her always saying is stop saying what you can't do. And I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful for that because we take that into the workplace with us. We take that into our relationships that we have with our loved ones. That idea of what you can't do or what you can't accomplish. It's a curse. I mean, you're just speaking bad over your life.
How many years has that cost you?
I mean, you think of all of the things that you didn't do because, you're telling yourself that you can't do something. I look at some of the things that I wanted to do or thought I wanted to try, and I talked myself out of it. I'm like, oh, I can't do that. I can't get up there in front of all of those people. And, I'm thankful now because some things I did overcome and I did do that. I remember the first time as a child seeing someone play the flute or play a musical instrument. They were standing on stage and I remember saying, oh, wow, that's cool. And then as soon as I said that and I said, oh, I can't do that. I can't get up there and do that. Or I think I can do it, but I got to be in a group of people. And I actually did join the band. I learned how to play an instrument, but I never did a solo because I didn't want to stand in front of everybody and had a spotlight on me because I was scared.
Thank you. It's costing you, ain't it?
Yes.
Miss Sabrina.
To read.
You are capable and worthy of love.
Likewise, many people don't believe they are competent.
No. Hold on. Stop. I want you to say, I am capable and worthy of love. Say that 3 times.
I am capable and worthy of love.
How do you feel when you say that?
Empowering, like I'm capable and worthy of love.
Are you?
I am.
Really?
I am.
What makes you think that?
What makes me know that I am?
Mm-hmm.
Because I am. I know that I am.
Mm-hmm. Say it again.
I am capable and worthy of love.
Continue.
I am capable and worthy of love.
Mm-hmm.
I am capable and worthy of love.
Mm-hmm. Read.
Likewise, many people don't believe they are competent to handle life's challenges or worthy of love. Yet these 2 beliefs are the 2 main pillars of high self-esteem. Believing that you are capable of handling anything that comes up in your life means that you are no longer afraid of anything. And think about this. Haven't you handled everything that has ever happened to you? Things that were far more difficult than you thought they would be. The death of a loved one, divorce, being broke, loss of a friend, your job, your money, your reputation, your youth. These things were tough, but you handled them. And you can handle anything else that happens to you as well. Once you get that, your confidence will soar. Believing you are worthy of love means that you believe I deserve to be treated well, with respect and dignity. I deserve to be cherished and adored by someone. I am worthy of an intimate and fulfilling relationship. I won't settle for less than I deserve. I will do whatever it takes to create that for myself.
What you get from that?
That is actually really good. In fact, I'm gonna add that last part to my incantations because as it is, I already feel like I'm not gonna settle for less than I deserve. That's one reason why I'm still single. So I actually, that's really good. I'm gonna incorporate that into my incantations.
How do you feel about how you have treated yourself?
Now that is a different story.
because I know that I still have some limiting beliefs that I need to overcome, because I would always say, like when you posted that snake yesterday, I was like, I'm not touching that snake. That was automatic. I wasn't even trying to think about it, nothing. Like, no way am I touching that snake. Never, ever in life. That's just one thing that's not changing.
Mhm.
That wasn't even when I was considering changing.
Mhm.
But I mean, with personal development, I probably at least should say, I'll try and see what, not that one. But there are some things that it takes more personal development for me to really overcome. But like even the cruise that we're talking about going on in October, I'm telling myself that I'm gonna do karaoke. So I'm looking. I was telling Lynn, I'm looking through my phone trying to find a song that I can try to sing without passing out. So I'm working on it. That's another limiting belief. I'm like, ain't no way in the world I'm gonna stand up in front of somebody and sing. I don't even want to stand up in front of somebody and talk. You want me to sing? Really? How drunk does everybody in that room have to be?
How much has that cost you with these limiting beliefs? Like, how much time in your life do you think it has cost you?
How much time? I don't know, but it's definitely, I missed out on doing a lot of things that I wanted to do. I mean, I don't know why I was afraid of the water, but that's one reason why I don't know how to swim. And I'm missing out on so many activities, parasailing, a lot of different activities that involve water that I just don't participate in. I just say no, I don't want to do it, but that's not really the case. I'm just afraid. But rather than say I'm afraid, I just say, well, I'm not interested. But that's not the truth. But if I knew how to swim and got past some of those things, if I wasn't necessarily afraid of heights, I would do more, things with heights like zip lining. That's another thing I want to do. So it's definitely held me back from a lot of things that I want to try in life.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I've gotten past a lot of them, with personal development. I just have more to go.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Awesome. Thank you. 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 Thank you all. Who else is ready to read this one? I can overcome any limiting beliefs. Who wants to read here? Who believes that they can overcome? Are you driving, Angela? Are you riding? You just riding? You better be riding. All right, cool. Read
Hello, can you hear me?
Reading and driving at the same time.
Go ahead.
No, I'm not gonna read and drive at the same time.
Okay.
You can overcome any limiting beliefs. We suffer from other limiting beliefs too. Do these sound familiar? I'm not smart, attractive, old, or young enough. I'm not worth. Life is hard. They never pick me.
Okay, hold it, Angela.
The new. They'll never pick me. Yes, sir.
I'm gonna mute you because your frequency is not keeping up. It's like because you're driving. Do you have an Android? Probably so. Right. I'm just saying that only works on an iPhone. Who else wants to read? Who else wants to read? I'm just
Cállate la boca.
You gotta have an iPhone. You want to do all of that. Anybody else want to read this morning? Mute yourself. Just hit *6 on your phone if you can see the screen.
Evander has his hand raised.
Evander. Okay, Evander. Unmute yourself. Can he unmute himself? I don't even see Evander. Let me see. Okay, there he is. All right.
He's right there with his hand raised. You gotta unmute him.
I see that, but I don't see where I can unmute him. No, I can't. Unfortunately, I can't unmute you for some reason. I don't know if you have your sounds off or something, but you're not capable of being unmuted. There's something that you didn't do on your phone. All right, Lynn, go ahead and read for me. Go ahead. I see you. You can't hear me?
Oh.
You're unmuted.
Well, I was trying to unmute myself. Okay. Let's say you are capable, worthy of love.
You can, the next one, you can overcome any limiting beliefs.
You can overcome any limiting belief. We suffer from other limiting beliefs too. Do these sound familiar? I'm not smart. I'm not attractive. I'm not rich. I'm not old. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Or I'm not enough. I'm not lovable. I'm not worthy. I'm not safe. Life is hard. They'd never pick me to head the new project. Even if I don't like this job, I need the financial security. Wow, I've heard that.
That's a good one.
Nothing I do is ever successful. You can't get rich in this profession. There aren't any good men left in this town.
Woo-wee. That one just Snapchat that. Go ahead, Miss Lynn, talk about it. Everybody attention came to the camera on that one, like, oops, what?
Wow, this is where the rubber is meeting the road, because I've said quite a few of I've said a lot of this at some point, and I can honestly and truthfully see where personal development has helped the sister, because I'm not saying nearly half of what I used to say, but I see where there is still some progress to be made.
Limiting beliefs. Limiting beliefs. Limiting beliefs. This is on everything. And like I say, all of us have said this. All of us are saying these things subconsciously, right? Some of us are saying, like, if you think it, it's still happening. Am I making sense? Like, you might not have said it out your mouth, but limiting thoughts deal with belief, if I'm not mistaken. Yes? No? Maybe so? So when you look at all of these type of things, we've all been victims of them. Every last one of us that's listening it ain't about I heard anybody say it. You say it. Right? I want somebody, she meant something on her job that I want to touch on right now. It says, even though I don't like this job, let me say something to most of you that's listening under the sound of my voice, and I'm going to help somebody right now. Your words have power. Understand, a job is a resource to take care of your bills. Don't let your words that come out of your mouth sabotage you to the point that you now don't have that job because you keep speaking that over it. Appreciate that resource that's taking care of you, providing a roof over your head, versus constantly speaking negative things over anything. That's it. And I'm just, I've done that, and I'm telling you, that's the worst thing you could do, especially in today's time. You do not want to watch this, ladies and gentlemen. You can the attitude or the spirit of gratitude, am I making sense, will get a whole lot of you out of a rut right now. The spirit of gratitude, I say this all the time. When I look at things in my life, how many of us get excited when we get on that job? Like, we're really excited when we got the job. Why? Because we now are capable of what? Paying bills. We are capable of what? Eating properly, right? We are capable of taking care of our children, right? Going out on a date with your loved one. Those things work. Now listen to myself. Listen to me. It's never the job. It's never the resource. It's the other stuff that goes with it. So you can always position yourself to start transitioning. But right now, appreciate the resource. When that check come in on Friday, appreciate it, because at the end of the day, don't let your attitude get your butt put out. Because it's not going to be a happy day when the person says, guess what? Because your attitude is going to affect your performance. Your attitude is going to affect your performance. And the moment that I notice that your performance is not where I need it to be, it is so easy to replace you. And at the end of the day, you're going to be looking for a job and they're going to be replacing your behind. Have an attitude of gratitude. Thank God for that resource that you have, because there's so many people out here right now without one and wish they had it. And I'm not simply saying go boom, boom, validating. A job is, thank God, jobs were, that's what makes the United States the way it is. Go over to a third world country and see how that works out for you. I'm telling you right now, appreciate that. And then you'll be able to do it more effectively and start making your transition. That's it. Just start making your transition. There's ways that you could transition being proactive versus reactive. And that's on everything in your life. If you got a man in your life right now, a woman in your life, I guarantee you could turn that thing around if you just start speaking things in the way that you should speak them. Period. More loving, be more loving and see what happens. Be more appreciative, be more grateful on purpose. You're going to see your whole life make a nice 360-degree turn. Am I making sense? Hopefully I said something to me. That's what personal development is all about, ladies and gentlemen. It ain't about the attitude, and I just got rid of this person, and I'm getting rid of negative people, and You're the one got the problem right now. I'll speak on that a little bit, Mr. Mumford, how to overcome limiting belief before we get into this next subject here, how to overcome these limiting beliefs.
Well, I mean, so much has been said. I mean, Lynn and Sabrina shared, so much has been shared, and just capping on what you just said, Mr. Satchel. I mean, and like a lot of people say, people always say, I've heard people saying that, and it's depressing. I heard people saying that, but when you really understand the whole idea of this, that negative energy breeds negative energy, right? And negative, and like, see, folks, it's not depressing, it's not sad. It's just the way it is. Don't even label it as depressing. See, because now you're giving that depressive word life on yourself. What's depressing when I hear people talk like this? Listen to what you said. It's depressing when I hear people talk like this. So who's going to be depressed? Can anybody answer that question? It's depressing. I get angry when I hear my child speak like this. See, I said that. I get angry. So what am I doing? Now I'm going to attract my child to speak like that so that I can become angry, because the subconscious mind don't know any better. So folks, understand what's really happening here. Sometimes we got to really look at ourselves in the mirror when we read this stuff, right? Because see, negative energy, where energy goes, energy flows.
That's good. That's good.
Negative energy breeds more negativity. I'm gonna be very transparent with you guys today. I was with one of my coaches probably what's this, July, so it had to be before I moved back to Philadelphia. And he shared something with me that is really, really challenging me. And I didn't realize I had put a limiting belief on myself for so many years, right? And even now, I'm still fighting through it. I'm still working on that inner coach right now on this particular area of my life. Now, I'm about 50% of the way there. It's not 100% affecting me, limiting me, but it's got me at 50. I know it. Because I put it on myself for so long. But see, are you willing to confront yourself like that? Because see, you are today, exactly what you're doing right now is based on your belief system. Think about that. It's what you're doing right now, the money you're making. See, Mr. Natcher, we always say, see, when someone says, Jamal, I can't afford this, but you're in a project. See, that shows your belief system 100. That's why they say the project exposes you. Mr. Satchel, I don't have enough money to go on a trip, but you're in a project. What's the problem? You have a limiting belief system that your project can put you on a trip. Right? See, folks, I'm showing you this, right? See, if you really look at your life right now and look in the mirror right now on your life, not to beat yourself up. This is not about depressing. It's not about being sad. And we use these bad words on ourselves. It's not depressive. It's not sad. See, I'm learning this, folks. It's just the way it is. Negative energy breeds negative energy. So you are where you are today based on your limiting beliefs. It's not a bad thing. Recognize it for what it is. If you keep on putting it as a bad thing, you want to continue to attract more bad things.
That's right.
See? And what you got to do is you got to go back to the time you were born. See, a lot of us are not willing to confront that. And what I did was I went back. See, I looked at myself and said, I remember when I first made 6 figures. And I kept asking myself, why am I still living paycheck to paycheck? And I kept avoiding all the answers. So I finally one day it came to me revelation. Jamal, you know why you keep spending every dollar you make? Because even though your mother was on welfare your entire life, the brain doesn't say, well, your brain doesn't make you see. We try to see, the brain doesn't make things logic. The subconscious mind don't do that. Your subconscious mind does not have the ability to try to put things and compartmentalize things. So he said, so when I saw my mother, see, some of you got to do this today. See, I know you may think you all that in a bag of chips, but what was happening is you are 80% your mother and father. Psychologists have proven that. So you could talk all day how you want to be a millionaire, do all this stuff, but whatever it's what it is. It's just the way life works. So my mother spent every dollar she made. When she got paid her money, we went to McDonald's. So my brain started taking in that belief system about money. Every time I get a dollar, as soon as it comes in my hand, I must what? Spend it. You don't even know. So this is something that we got to really face, because we are today, the income I'm making right now is exact proportion to my belief system.
Wow.
Your life right now is a direct proportion. You can and don't try to see. Sometimes we try to, and see, this is the religious part come in, because see, we try to make ourselves be something we're not. And we try to say these things, but folks, you got to face the truth. And Ms. Satchel, I want you to talk about this, because you played on the way back from the gym yesterday. See, folks, we work out in our physical, and see, this is after the class. We ride back from the gym, and he played something in the car, and I want you to share this, because I think it's so apropos to what we're talking about today. How do you get rid of limiting beliefs, Ms. Satchel? The guy said you have to be ruthless. And he said you even have to be ruthless towards your own parents. Now, hear me well. No, don't shout me down yet. Don't shout me down yet. Ms. Satchel, I want you to talk about that, because a lot of us are not ruthless yet. So you have to be ruthless. And Ms. Satchel, can you talk? Because I believe being ruthless is going to help you get rid of those limiting beliefs that your parents may have put on you, that maybe your children may have put on you, maybe your environment has put on you, because that's where it's basically come from. Your limiting beliefs have come from your inner circle more than anything else. Go ahead, Mr. Tucker. You want to talk about that?
Yep, I sure do. This is where this really comes from, because now watch this. How many of you believe you have haters? How many of you believe you have haters? Right? Do haters, I only got 2 people that said they got haters. Some people say not really. Okay, who got a hater? Y'all ain't got no haters. Y'all don't got nobody.
You have a hater, man.
Look, you ain't got no haters. Oh, you got some haters out there. You got some people that does not want to see you succeed. I can promise you that, right? All right. So now watch this. Now here is your mother, right? How many of you did your mother want you to go to college, right? But you didn't want to go to college. Maybe you wanted to do something totally different. But she said, boy, you need to go to school, get a good education, and actually, you know what? So you can get a good job, right? I believe that was the school that most folks came to, right? Now, you wanted to do something else. Do we have anybody that had that situation? If that was you, just give me a 1. Because I'm going to go here first before we go there. Laverne, you ain't got no haters, so I can't mess with you. Okay. Maritza, let's go with Maritza. Maritza, what is it that you believe that you could do that you was talked out of by one of your loved ones?
Be more outspoken. I think was very quiet, so I didn't really speak up like I do now. So I think that would have been much better in terms of when that was presented, meaning you had to express your views about it.
So did your parents have a view over your life that they wanted you to go to that you did not want to go to?
They wanted me to, I guess, be the same profession that they were, administrative at the time. I think that's what I chose. So I didn't really, because I didn't know what else to choose at the time. So I just picked what was appropriate at the time.
Okay. All right. I'm going to find somebody in a minute that's going to help me out here. Someone who wanted to go to do something else, but your mother or your father or all your loved ones believe that you should go to college, and you went to college. You ended up going, give me a 1 if you actually went to college, simply because that's what your mama wanted you to do when you really didn't want to go to. Okay, Tramika. Tramika, are you able to hit? Unmute yourself. All right, hold on for a second. Let's see. All right. Go ahead, Tramika. Unmute yourself. Okay. Unmute. I got somebody. All right, somebody, I just unmuted you. Go ahead.
She on the phone?
I don't know. I just unmuted somebody. They put their hand up.
Shamika's on the line. You got to go down to her name and hit unmute.
Okay. When you guys come on the line, make sure instead of having iPhone and Android, make sure you put your name. That way, all I see is phone numbers, so I really can't tell who you are. And you said Tramika is where?
Yeah, her name is Tramika. It's there. Send it. Let's go down and see. It comes after S, according to the English alphabet.
Okay, here we go. Tramika. Tramika.
I'm here.
I hear you. Can you speak? Say something.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
I'm like,
yeah, like, go. Yeah, we can hear you. Go ahead.
yeah, that happened to me. My dad wanted me to go to school, but I wanted to go in the military. I went to school. He felt like my twin brother should have went to the military, and I go to school for whatever reason.
So in the case that you wanted to go to college, you wanted to go in the military, but he wanted you to go to college.
Right.
And why did he want you to go to college?
Because I always was the book smart child, and he felt like I would need more of the college than going into the military. And because he went in the military, and I guess the military just wasn't for him. So he didn't want me to experience what he experienced in the military. He felt like the military was more so for a guy than it would be for me.
Okay, that's what your dad said. Okay.
Right.
So basically you believe one thing, but your dad believed something else, correct?
Correct.
But you couldn't. So now what if you was just ruthless and went beyond your dad and just said, you know what? Listen, I don't care what you say. I'm gonna go to where I want to go, what would have happened?
I believe I would have enjoyed my life a lot better than I did going to college.
Okay, so, and I'm really trying to help you here. Now, the enemy is going to actually sabotage, right? They're going to sabotage purposely and intentionally, and you know you're a hater. But your dad, based out of love, you saying, you know what, I'm going to go ahead on and I'm going to go to school because that's what my dad wants me to do. And at the end of the day, he was worse than the enemy.
Right.
You follow what I'm saying? See, and this is why he says you have to be ruthless, because when you now, and I said that I've been fighting with this one for a minute, because I said, Mr. Mumford, like I see, like people that are leaders like Donald Trump and all of them, they ruthless. They just don't give a, they are totally against the grain. They're totally against what everybody, literally the average person. Like for me, if everybody went one way, I'm going the opposite way just because. But being ruthless can be to a point that I don't care what you got to say or your opinion. And it says right now we are what? Don't do that. I don't think you should do that, Tramika, because if you do that, daddy ain't going to love you. Well, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? How many of us have done that to our kids?
I have.
I'm just saying, how many of us do it to our own children and our friends and people that we are around? Like, but he says, once you become ruthless, and it gets deeper and then deeper than that. And now, see, anybody ever heard Muhammad Ali speak, and he spoke with so much confidence that you got upset about it? He think he's so daggone correct. He think he all of that. Just like right now, what y'all see that's going on with this Trump character. This man, he is totally against the grain. And guess what? He's losing a lot of people. I'm telling you this right now. If you don't get ruthless with your life, somebody is going to what? Take advantage of you. And at the end of the day, they're going to cost you your life. Right now, your life is being to somebody else's likings, not to yours. Like, for instance, I got married, right? When I didn't want to because I was worrying about everybody else and I didn't want to be what? Embarrassed. How many years did it cost me? 22. 22. Let's just face this truth right here today. We start talking like, now guess what? That would have been ruthless of you, Mr. Satchel, to go up there at the front of that wedding and say, you know what? I don't want to do this. I'm out. Would that have been ruthless?
Yep.
And how would everybody else looked at me right then and there?
Crazy, but now today. That's Mr. Satchel, that's really good that you said that, because see, and the ruthless is not, somebody said my son is ruthless, but I mean, you know, again, we got to look at each word and we got to take it in context for the positive meaning and the negative meaning. So I don't mean ruthless where you don't care about people. I'm talking about the ruthless about your life.
That you care about yourself.
Most of us are dying, right? Here's what I always tell people. Most of us are dying trying to please people. How many of you can attest to that? You know, you're dying to yourself to please somebody else, right? Oh, the whole video was about your family. It's not we're not talking about the people people outside that you're not really close to. We're talking about your inner circle, because are you willing to be ruthless to your inner circle, right? Because at the end of the day, that's where most of us are failing in our lives. See, when the man made the lady call her boyfriend, right, and tell her boyfriend, listen. Okay, so you're talking about being ruthless. Said, no, let your boyfriend know that you have no intention of marrying him. You like him for the time being, for the sex. That's about it. But you have no intention of marrying him. Please let him know that. Oh, that's being a little ruthless, isn't it? Right? But see, and think about, but the pain she was experiencing, because she was experiencing the more pain because of the fact that she had to live a lie, because she didn't want to hurt his feelings. But whose feelings is she really hurting besides his? Because the minute she had to do that, the faster he gets over it and the faster you get rid of the pain. But now you want to go 5 years in that relationship, all because, anybody gonna put a hand up? Because you don't want to what? Hurt that person.
That person's,
But really who you're hurting the most is you're hurting yourself. So when you're talking about being ruthless, see, some people say, because I'm gonna say I'll be using it out of context. Before I make Cali writing. Because see, it's like in my project, because I'll have team members that'll say, I'm not getting that conference call. And they'll think, well, I'm being ruthless, Jamal. I'm doing what I want to do. No. See, ruthless is that, listen, let me tell you I'm going to wait because I got to get on this conference call in the morning. Right? That's telling your spouse, listen, yes, you love me, but if you really love me, you're going to let me get on this call because I'm going to be on this call. Right? Being ruthless. So we gotta be careful on how we say things. That's always I gotta clarify, because sometimes we can take it out of context and you can mess yourself up sometimes. See, we're talking about ruthless about your life. And I said again, the hardest people to do it with is your loved ones, your children, your parents, your aunties, your uncles. You know, come on, y'all know about the aunties, right? Right? The little auntie, right? When she says one thing, right? And we doing all these things. But you got to be a little ruthless. Right, JP? Right? Right? So I just want to clarify that because you're hitting something, you're hitting some good things here.
All right. So there it is. Lynn, your hand is up.
It was.
How
Hello?
to overcome any limiting beliefs.
You want me to read that?
Yep. Real quick. Matter of fact, no, I don't. We're going to start tomorrow, because since we did talk about this today, come back tomorrow on how do I overcome limiting beliefs so that my life can thrive and not just survive. How many of us want our thriving lifestyle? Like, I want a thriving life. And at the end of the day, you have to have thriving belief systems. Am I making sense? Yes. Courage. You got to have thriving. You can't have limitations on your life. How many of us want to live extraordinary lives, right? Then we have to be what? Extraordinary people. Am I making sense? So we're going to come back to that. But go ahead, Lynn. You wanted to say something? Comment on this?
Well, I raised my hand when you were asking for, I guess, someone who wanted to go to college or didn't, or whatever that during that part, because my parents didn't believe in you going to college. So I had the exact opposite experience. And I look at everything that I missed out on because I did not go to college.
Wow. Could you been ruthless? No, you was scared. You was scared.
I could have been, but I was so scared to not do what my parents said do.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I let that hold me back because of fear of disappointing.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's go with this one. Who was made to go to church? Anybody want to talk about that? Anybody was made to go to church? Like you, it wasn't, you not going to, like you are made to go. Nobody?
Yes. Okay. Am I still here?
Yep, you there.
Yeah, I had that experience too. And that was one of the main reasons why I couldn't go to college. And I mean, we went to, I'll say the Kingdom Hall, this is still church, but we were there 3 times a week. I was on I was there so often I remember going to school and all of us like kind of hung together because you weren't allowed to talk to the other children who didn't go to the same church or to the Kingdom Hall. And you were always like set aside. We were always standing out. And having, you know, being raised like that as a child and a teenager, when I got the first chance to move away from daddy and to move out of Philly and to get away from the Kingdom Hall, I moved to DC and went crazy. Because, you know, everything I did was live, eat, and breathe. Church, going to the Kingdom Hall. Church, going to the Kingdom Hall. And that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to hang out with the kids. I wanted to, you know, be normal or whatever that was, you know. And when I got that chance to get away from under my dad's watchful eye, I did anything and everything I wanted to do.
Okay. Any ruthless parents? Ruthless parents. Oh, you ruthless. Oh, you ruthless. Your kid is 18. Get out. Any ruthless parents? Listen. Any ruthless grandparents? See, look at this. Let's talk about y'all don't want to talk. Listen, ruthless. Anybody got a bad man sitting in your house, a bad female around you? Oh, everybody putting their hand up now, right? Guess what? It's 10 o'clock. It's time to go. Let's think about that for a minute. See, when we say ruthless and how much it's affecting your life right now, hey, you got to go. You are grown. How many of us living home with your mama right now? Get the hell out. That's ruthless. Man, your mom just gonna put you out on the street. Yup. And then you'll realize how good it did for you. Y'all want to talk about that? Grandmothers, right? Your kids go out and have babies and leave them at home. Take your little bad brats with you. Take them with you. Oh, these my grandchildren. Listen to yourself. You sabotage. Oh, I know I'm going to lose some people up in here, but it's ruthless. You're so mean, Mr. Motivator. You got to go. Oh, we so nice. Mr. Mumford, I'm done.
Wow. You know, Satchel, you know, and I tell you just, I ended with this story, you know, and I'm going to tell you the power of ruthless because you have to, it takes, and I know a lot of you, it's going to be a struggle for you because you've been doing it for so long. This is going to be a direct struggle, but I look for you to try it out this week. Do something ruthless, you know, and I remember my will tell you too, if I had my sister on this call, my oldest sister, brand new house, and you know, she got through some rough times, and I let her stay with me. And you know, it got rough because it was like she had got pregnant, and but before she got pregnant, you know, she smoked cigarettes, and you know, I'm in a nice neighborhood, and I told her, I said, listen, I don't have a problem with you. You can smoke your cigarettes all you want to. Obviously, she know don't smoke in my car, don't smoke in my house. That's always my rule. And I said, so when I would come home, I would see cigarette butts in the front of my door. Now, I know me and my wife wasn't smoking, so I'm like, I know it came from her. And I said, listen, if you smoke, do not leave cigarettes in front of my door, number one. And then it got to a point where she was just laying around. She wasn't getting a job, nothing like that. And this is my oldest sister. I love her to death. And I'm going to tell you, it got to the point that it started affecting my marriage and everything like that. I remember going to my mentor, and he said something that shocked the hell out of me. He said, Jamal, save your marriage and get rid of your sister. I was like, listen, she has nowhere to go. He said, such a problem. She's ruining your home. But see, I'm coachable. I'll tell you, I don't know why. I thank God I was too dumb not to listen to my coaches. I really think God I was too dumb to listen. I listened to everything my coach would tell me. And I went home that day and I said, you got to go. And she's like, what am I going to do? I said, I don't know. You got to go. I'll track your stuff up. You got to go. And we didn't talk for almost a whole year. It was rough. But I tell you today, she will tell you, and she'll say to all the time, she said, my brother never kicked me out of that house. My sister today, she's so powerful. She's so strong. I mean, she just got another house a couple months ago. her own house, a bigger house. She does so well, making good money. And she'll always say, brother, if you never kick me out of the house, because she was on a pathway of just destruction, just getting to wrong things, bad life. And she said, if you never did that, because I remember I drove her to her house, and it was a really nasty house. I mean, a nasty house. I mean, it was deplorable conditions. But when I dropped her off, I had to do it. See, I'm just giving you an example of what Rufus was like. I hope I'm telling you the story, and I hope somebody will understand this. And see, trust me, I knew that, but if I did it, I was thinking about what was going to happen. I just said it wasn't going to ruin my house. I know that much. I had to have my rules set in place. See, some of you letting your kids run your house. You got to be ruthless. Listen, there are rules in the house. If you're not, next time you come home after 12, you will be, oh, Jamal, that's your child. Yes, that's my children know. My own kids, because I have rules. And see, I did it to my sister, but I'm telling you, she's so much better today because I didn't enable her to fail. See, so I'm just sharing that story, folks, that that you got to understand this, because this is very important, because those limiting beliefs, and I got to take care of my family. I was watching the news yesterday. A lady, she won $3,600. She won a lawsuit. $3,600. You know what she said, Mrs. Satchel? She says, well, once I get this money, she says, I'm probably not going to have much of it because I'm going to give it all the way to my grandchildren. Man, you live in the house, your husband just died, and you live in the house just like deplorable, but you had to fight like hell to get the $3,000 back from that company because you are living in poverty. But now you get the $3,600, and you're going to say on the news, you're going to say to the reporter, I won't have much of this money when I get it, with a smile, because I'm going to give it away to all my grandchildren. See? We're talking about real stuff. You guys have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow morning.
Put your comments in the LCA.